Hello everybody, this is Elizabeth from Make Arts and Crafts, and today we are going to organize my closet. So I just finished transferring all of my drills, both my spare drills and my special drills, into these new storage containers. And I picked up this new shelving unit that I'm going to put in the closet, and I just set everything on here so that way I could have some room to get stuff out. So I'm going to slide this out of the way because we need to get into here and see what we can do to try to organize the chaos that is my office. So I'm going to slide this past the camera. I just have to make sure that Mochi doesn't try to climb on it because she's already broken one of the containers because she pulled it down. Now I have these are the canvases that I received this month that I need to, film an unboxing for, which will actually go up before this video goes up. So we're going to slide those out of the way and knock things over because, that's how we roll. I have this thing right here, goes on this side of the closet. It's basically one of those spaces that I store. Oh, no, Missy, we are not doing this. No. Hey, we are going to block you. You do not need to climb on shelves. So, spoiler your fun. All right, so I'm going to throw this back in the closet. I was getting some things out and I forgot to move this last time. So this side of the closet is where I keep all of my diamond paintings. I do need to organize it because it's like the top shelves are a mess. I have stuff on this shelf that's super heavy. I really need to actually take everything off and add a bracket to that one. But these are all the diamond paintings, which we will try to potentially organize that depending on the time factor. And Sushi is obsessed with wanting to go in the closet. Now we're going to come over to this side because this is where we're going to be working. Because I do love the fact that this has such big doors. So I still need to figure out a solution for storing all of my paper, which is right up in here. That's all my brush painting paper is this and all of the tubes. And then I have like miscellaneous stuff throughout here. What I want to do is get these two like wire metal, cheapy metal things out of my closet. Hey, Carcass, no, we don't need to jump. I need to get these out of here because they're not very sturdy. They're super flimsy and you can't move them. And that's what kills me. This is also one of the things that I plan on putting back in here. This is how I've been storing my floss for right now because I don't like bobbins. So I prefer to be able to put it in like this for my floss because I am not a bobbin person. So we're going to move that out of the way. That can sit over there. And now it's just a matter of like taking things out. I did actually just, not recently, but I did recently organize my shelves a couple months ago. So those are actually still in good order. So I'm happy with this side where these shelves are. Those are good to go. I just have to organize this space in here. But first I got to move this stuff out. This is actually, oh yeah, I have more. I have more DMC floss in here. This is for projects that I plan on doing or things that I just purchased. So this is my Ida and such. So this is, I'm going to put over, kind of make some semi-piles of stuff because that's cross-stitch stuff. This is cross-stitch, which that's all going to kind of go in the same spot. I also put some cross-stitch stuff on the shelf in there. These are actually a bunch of additional spare drills, which are just in like these. They're roughly organized, but these little containers, I bought like a massive box of drills that Jade was selling because she sold them to me for like dirt cheap because they were all of like the different drills. I think that she had different manufacturers send her. So those are ones that I plan on using for like if I do cross stitch conversions. Like I have plenty of drills. Those ones are not, organized. They're sort of organized, but that's about it. But those are the drills. This is yarn projects. So this is yarn for projects. I'm going to put it with my fiber stuff. So put it with my floss and fiber stuff for now. This is also more yarn for projects, which means I really should do these projects because I have everything for it. I just need to do them. I also have this this blue bag right here has my partially done sweater that I started crocheting and have not finished. So I need to do that. This is like my catch-all of all of the random crafts that are not and then here's my miniature diamond paintings. But this is like the catch-all of all of the random crafts right here. These are mini diamond paintings and my stickers, the little sticker scenes. And then coloring books and coloring stuff, markers and whatnot, is up here. So that's what that is. Coloring stuff, minis that have been completed, random craft projects that are still in progress or have not been done anything with. And then this is like my extras. So I have all of my Diamond Art Club trays that I need to, when I get around to destashing, I will destash and sell, like for $1 a piece kind of a thing. Because it's a lot of work to pack things up and sell it. It's all of my event stuff that I've used over the years for Lunar New Year. I really need to go through it instead of just buying more stuff every year. Here are some of my cover minders, which realistically, I should probably take these and put these over on the fridge because these are some really pretty cover minders. So these are kind of like my fancier ones. I don't really store my cover minders in, I use like one cover minder at a time, but I'm like, you know, I should really throw all of these cover minders. Oh, and there's one on the back. I should really put these really pretty cover minders on my fridge because there's some really gorgeous ones in here. Like, I love all of these blingy ones that we're seeing here. And there's a few of them here and there that I'm like, okay, do I really need that? But I do love my blingy ones, and I want to, so I need to set this aside so I can go put those really pretty cover minders on my fridge as magnets. Because I am apparently turning my fridge into a magnet fridge, but we're going to set that off to the side. But I would like to have it where it's like, you know, they're displayed. I do have another, oh, here's the rest of them. Here are some of the other ones. I think I have a little thing of them over there, which I really need to go through the two of them and say, okay, which ones of these am I going to keep? Which ones of these? Because I think there's some on here that I do want to get rid of that I'm like, not feeling it. I'll keep the turtles and my pug, of course. I love all these little 3D printed turtles from Deepoo Sparklers. And of course I'm keeping like my pink flamingo. So there's some like that I need to go through, but those are cover minders, and I have another small one of those. Hi, Carcass. What are you up to, Susu? Hey, baby. Can we see your sassy self? Oh, she's so soft. Somebody got a bath yesterday, so she's all soft and silky. Hi. Hi, baby. What? She's like, I want in that closet so bad. I'll let you back in. I'm just holding you. I'm holding my purr baby. We was snuggling this morning. Well, get up there. Get up there. You're not going on the shelf. You are not going on the shelf, Carcass. Not happening, baby cat. No. All right. These are my Elizabeth Ward containers that did not fit in my Elizabeth Ward tower that's under there. So these are like the other ones that I have because I just recently bought a couple more because I didn't have enough of the small size containers. Because you can see this is all of the, it has some of the larger ones. And I pretty much always use, the majority of what I use are these little ones right here. So that's what, like this entire thing is almost completely large ones. And then the one underneath it is one of the new ones that I got. I got it where it's all the smalls. So if I'm doing a big kidapalooza, I have room, I have the mini, little tiny containers that I need. I'm going to set that there for now. We're going to work like this apparently. These are these are from Forever Young. They're the little freestyle grids that you can do your use your spare drills on. So I'm not doing them on every canvas. I think I'm going to do them on canvases that I find like special. So that's what I want to do them with. So I'm going to set those. We're just going to kind of put stuff out of here for right now. I really don't need this because this is for a container that's over there that has floss in it. And this kind of goes over the Etoile floss, and it has a pattern apparently. It has a couple patterns on here. So I need to go put this in my pattern folder. I hate paper patterns. I really hate paper patterns. I wish they would give you an option to get like the digital version because I do not like paper patterns. So this is going to go in like a garbage pile. This needs to come over to go for, I have a folder that I keep all of my paper cross stitch patterns in. Here are some markers. I really have only been using these really right now for, I've just been using them for doing my logbook, kind of like some colors in there. I realistically, I have enough markers. I technically don't even really need these ones as well. So I should probably, you know, find a comparable color in some of my other markers and put these markers to get rid of because I don't know. I have them, but I don't use these ones. These are They're nice markers. I just don't use these ones. So I should probably do that. But we're going to put some coloring stuff in a pile right here. Hi, baby. You know, see, it's really hard to do things when you have a cat that's a Klingon. She is such a Klingon. I need a, let's see, what do I need? I need a something to put all of those in. Let me see. Hi, you're not going up there. You're not going up there, baby cat. So I have a bunch of all of the like the cheapy canvases. These are all the super cheap Temu canvases, but they're blank canvases. You're not going up there. It's not going to hold you. No, you're not going on that shelf. No. But it totally works. So it's just the blank canvases. I've used these for a few of my cross stitch conversions that I've done. My first few. Okay, she's slithering down the back, and down she goes. She was too curious. So I have these, and these are great for some of those tiny projects, because this is what I started off with. And you can see here's ones that, like, I was like, just in case I need something little, here's for a couple of them that I finished. This is what I have left over from those finishes. But we're going to move this tower that doesn't have wheels or anything. We're going to move it out of the way. And I will deal with the canvases that are down there later. Is this a toy? Is this a toy? All right, this is empty, but this is basically when I finish my Witchy Stitcher cross stitch conversion. That's what this tube is for. It's for that canvas. So this I will use and put back in. I will still have to order more drills, but that I have the canvas and I have like the first 8 cards of drills. And so I'm keeping that. Here are a couple more blank canvases. These are from Evermoment. These are ones that I had used. One for the dragon. I want to say that I have a round still left in here. I want to say, or I have a couple canvases left in there. And then over here, because this was for, I had picked up some canvases from them, and that's what I used for my my temperature project that I did for 2024. And that's something that went into, doesn't want to open, there. So now I have, but I picked up a couple different sizes of canvases, because if I was already buying, I was just going to buy and pay shipping ones to buy multiples. So that's what these are there. So that's more blank canvases. And then I have one more thing of blank canvases right here. So this right here is a whole box of blank canvases that I bought for like dirt cheap again, because I got these from Jade over at Jade Gem Shop. So some of them, like these ones, some of them were already like kind of pre-cut. Just a couple of them were pre-cut, but I have this whole ream of like 30 by 30 blank canvases for square drills that are Jaded Gem Shop canvases. So they're the really good quality canvases. And like all of these 30 by 30 ones I got for like $1 a piece. She sold them to me dirt cheap because she was trying to clean out her closet. And she knew I wanted the blank canvases. And then I have a bunch more. So I have all sorts of random sizes in here of blank canvases. And these are ones that she had purchased for potential stuff. But then also ones that people had bought and then canceled their order. So she had already gotten them in. So I have a ton of Jaded Gem Shop quality blank canvases in here of different sizes, and I have one massive one that's folded in there as well. But those are more blank canvases, so we're gonna set these over to the side. So it's one of those things that I need to actually work on some of these mini cross stitch conversion projects, because I've got literally all the canvases I could imagine for it. Next up, okay, more markers, more random things. So I have all sorts of stuff to do. This is all my mica powders and some chunky glitters for resin crafts. I have not done any resin work since I've been here in Florida. I really need to get back to it. Here's some more markers. We're gonna put this with coloring stuff. And I like that tower because it has wheels so I can roll it. And then these have, okay, these are like, I need to go through these because these I could totally get rid of. But this one has like plastic bags and business cards in it. That's what that one has. And then this one has more business cards. Yeah, more business cards and some random stickers, but mostly business cards from different companies. That's basically what's in these two. So I need to go through these, and that's something that I can definitely get rid of. Mochi just decided she's too tempted. She has to come in. So now I've got 2 cats in the closet. Hi, babies. What, are you licking your booty roll? Hi, Carcass. You're such a sweet sushi baby. Hi, Momo. Momo, you're cute. Okay, so now it's like you guys can't really see it, but I have this right here that I need to empty the stuff off of because I want to get rid of those towers. So this is all of my resin craft stuff. Like I said, when I go into hobbies, I like end up going way far like down the rabbit hole with resin crafts. And with any craft that I do, I go way down the rabbit hole. So I really need to do something with all of these things that I have. Here are all of the like the insert type things, like dried flowers, all sorts of really pretty dried flowers. I have some really cool glitters and like inlaid type things. So I really need to just like play around with it. And then I have lots of molds and whatnot. But that's what's in that one. Oh, here's my Paint Gym mini easel for mini projects. I need to put that in my mini project box. So we're going to set that off to the side. Figure out where the charger for it is. And this one has more of these like little glitters, super fine glitters, all sorts of like really fun colors and patterns that I could do resin crafts with. So this right here is my resin goodies. Hey Mo, what are you doing? So we're gonna put this right here with the other resin stuff. Here are some Ohuhu markers. These are the journaling kind of brush pens. I think I like these ones. Let me look at what their tip looks like. I might keep these ones and get rid of the Statler ones because I do like these and how they're stored better than those Statler ones. So I may end up actually doing that, just finding colors that are a good match and get rid of the Statler ones that I don't use. I'll see if my mom wants them because you do not need to climb on that. I'll see if my mom wants them because, you know, she's an artist and markers. And usually if it's anything crafting related, I offer it up to my mom first before I like completely get rid of it. I think this goes for a container that's over there. So I'm going to set this off to the side because I was missing a lid for it. These are like the mats that I do most of my resin-y stuff on. So they've got like glitter and resin encrusted on them. But I use these silicone mats for easy cleanup for resin crafts. Hey, move your carcass. Thank you. And then we come into the different molds that this is more of like chunky glitters. This is the, you know, some, oh yeah, like the foils to go in there. Some really cool chunky glitters, some big old flowers. So I really need to kind of like say, okay, hey, I need to play with some of all of these things. Because I want to. This is leftovers from a couple Woobles projects that I've completed. I have more Woobles, I just haven't done them. So we're going to put that with yarn projects. I need to make a point of maybe like one day a week working on some of these other projects that I have. Here are molds that I have for resin crafts. So we're going to put that there. Here are plastic measuring cups. These are just that you use to mix up the resin, and they're just the plastic cups. And I got the box one because then it's like if you need to, it's easy to get rid of, like to just toss them rather than trying to clean resin out of a cup. And of course, more molds. So there's some really interesting molds here. So a lot of these molds I haven't had a chance to use yet because I haven't done anything with the resin in quite a long time. It's been probably like a good 18 months. More molds for resin crafts. This has some lucky cats, some Manikinekos, and things for like coasters and whatnot. So I really need to get back into doing stuff with it. Here are gloves because you can't do resin without gloves. And here are some N95s. Not the super big mess. And here is, you know, some resin. Completely sealed because, you know, I didn't bring my partial bottles. And then here are some of the completed projects that I've already done with resin crafts. I have them sorted. I haven't put any like These are the things that I've kept or are in like my keep pile. I love these Monstera leaves. I think these turned out fantastic. Here's my ohm hand. It's got a cool thing on the top. This is a cool like succulent. I haven't done anything to like smooth any of the edges on any of these. And then of course we've got some plumerias. This one is a ohm symbol, the ohm, which is actually what was supposed to be on the shirt, but it has come off. So those are like some of the little ones that turned out well. And then here are some of my other little projects that I have done. I want to say, yeah, like I have some of those little gold koi fish that I did, because you have to do them in gold because they're koi fish. So yeah, we've got the different ways of like mixing the glitters and the resin together. And then I have these little Buddhas that I've done. So I have a couple different ones. This guy is kind of like funky. But there's a lot of little, and then a lot of like little random flowers in here. So like little resin flowers, and these ones are some small little itty bitty resin flowers. So I have a whole hassle of little resin crafts in here. These are ones that I did that I'm like, okay, I could, yeah, that are in this container. And yeah, there's a lot of them in here that have all been completed. And then these ones are the trays that I've done. I've only done a couple trays. I think I've done 3 trays. But I think they all turned out really good. I just need to put little legs on the bottom. I love this one, the ginkgo leaf. And I like how it turned out, how I did the gold on the perimeter of it and then the green in the center. And then I have just, you know, like a standard green tray because I love green. I haven't done any sanding of the edges or those rough edges on the bottom or anything with this. And then this one because, you know, you've got the hand right there. So those are the trays that I've actually done for these resin crafts. I'll move your booty. So those are the projects that I have completed already. And that's basically what was on this tower. So now I can move this tower out of there and move it right to there. And I'm trying to decide how I want to put the big tower back in here. I haven't fully decided that aspect because I want to be able to access things here, but then I'm like, where do I want to put it? Maybe I want to spread out the diamond paintings so that they're side by side and not just top and bottom. Hey, Carcass, you can move. Thank you. Hey, oh, baby cat. I have some. These are like the thin plastic multi-placers. I dropped a container I have of them because I couldn't bring myself to toss them, even though I do not use them, because I know people do use them. So I figure at some point I can get rid of those when I get rid of these. Somebody might want all of those. So I'm trying to think, okay, maybe I put that there. But I did get this, so I'm gonna put this in the closet and we'll go from there. But I got this tray, or this shelf with wheels, the one with wheels on it, because I wanted to make sure that I could actually, had to have wheels so I can move it. We're gonna see if we can get it in here safely without tipping anything over. But I love being able to have wheels, so that way if things are in your way, you just slide it and get it out of your way. Hey, you gotta move your carcass, Mo. I just have to decide where in the closet I want this, and how I want to do it. If I want to have it slid further over this way, because I don't really access all of that stuff all the time. So I'm like, I could bring it over to like right here, and that leaves room where if I really wanted to, I could put one of those back in. But I'm just trying to think of where I want it for this. Hey, move, girls. But let's see. And I'm thinking I might put those boxes back, but over on this side, and then maybe slide that over to it. Trying to debate that side of things. Let's see. I know I want to put these things are going to go on that bottom shelf. And then from there, I'm still kind of torn because I don't really use anything that's in that bottom area. So I'm like, do I slide it over to here? Because I can still get at stuff. But again, this is when it's nice to have wheels because then I can decide how I want things because it has wheels, so we're good. So I think I'm just going to work on putting some of these things on the bottom shelves and see how much space it takes up and then go from there as far as what I do with the rest of the space. So we're going to pop these in here. I should probably have, oh, maybe I can fit a third one up. No, I can't. I was like, I should probably adjust the shelf so it's a little bit taller so I could fit like 3 of these up. I would just need to go up like 1 section on that, which I actually might do because I don't need that much space. Realistically, I wish that I had 5 shelves on here so I could make these shorter and get rid of some of that excess space on here, but it came with 4 shelves instead of the 5 for this height, but I really would like to have an extra shelf for this height. But I think that's what I'm going to do. So I need to take this stuff off so I can move this up and go from there. So this is cross-stitch stuff, which I might end up putting this in a different spot. It was just where I stored it for now. This is, you know, cross-stitching materials. Here are drills. So these are some of my square specials that I did finish. I do want to get 1 more of these because I like to have a little bit of space with the different types of drills. So these ones are spaced out well. It's just when I come into this container that I don't have space between my fairy dust, my glitter, jelly ABs, bubbles for squares, and then crystal ABs. So I like to have like space so that way as I get more stuff. So I do want to get 1 more of these to kind of space that out a little bit more. Because I try to leave room so if I get more things, like these are all of the dust drills. And then this is regular drills, which I need to take that out. With the regular drills, I really have only used, I completely forgot to file those. I've only got these ones a little bit onto here. So this is a mostly empty one. So technically, actually, I could probably move those into here for now, those extras into this tray. All right, so now we need to move this up. This is the hardest part, is moving these shelves up. Because you have to like, there we go, get it just right. And I'm going to strap that right there to hold it in place so it can't fall. And now we're going to go up, let's see, I needed it to be up enough for this. So really, I think I'll be good to just take it up like 1 notch. We will see. We will see. It'll be a work in progress to see whether I need 1 notch or 2 notch. I think I could do it with just 1 notch up. It'll be a snug fit, but I think it'll be perfect with just 1 notch higher. Yeah, that'll totally work. And then I am good to go because, you know, I can fit 3 high of these containers, which will be nice because that means I have more room for them. I do like how easy it is to organize with these shelves, to move and adjust things with these shelves. I do like that aspect. All right. Perfect. All right. Hi, Carcass. So now I can put these back up here and get them out of the way. I could technically, if I really wanted to, I could make it so I could be like 4 high here on the bottom and get rid of some of this excess space here. I really could do that. So that's something that I may ponder depending on if I find myself running out of space. We will see. We will see. But this will be much better than what it was because it was very much not well organized. All right, we'll deal with that later. I want to see what I can do as far as getting this stuff in here. There's that. And with my square drills. these. We're gonna stick them in just like that. We will make them all fit. If they have to be angled a little bit, I will angle them so that way they can slide in and out. But yeah, they're going in. Because I don't pull from this stuff as often, but I don't want to get rid of them. These are squares. About attacked myself with the pole. Okay. There. There's that one. And then I just have my yarn projects that I need to put in here. I still need to figure out what I'm going to do with my floss storage. If I was bobbinating it, it would take up a whole heck of a lot less space, for sure. I also need to organize those shelves because I could throw some of this stuff up on those shelves if I organized them a little bit more. Hey, Carcass. It's a kidder bus. Hey, fat cat. You are so fat. You're probably close to 7 pounds now, chunky monkey. You fat thing. You fat baby. You fat cat. What, fat cat? What? Are you flapping your tail at me? Hi. Hey, baby. Susu. Sassy pants. All right. Let us see. Over here, this is the Woobles stuff. And we're going to put this one right in here. So we've got those over, they'll fit. And then I can throw these right here. And then this is, I think, patterns or the kits. I want to say this is kits. So I really need to, and I've got most of them, like the floss that I need to do that cross stitch in each of these little bags. So I need to just work on these instead of kitting up new projects. I need to work on the projects that I already have in this bag. Because yeah, there's totally some awesome kits in here. It has everything I need in here. It has the floss, it has the everything. So I really need to just work on these instead of kitting up new projects. That's actually one of my goals this year, is to finish all of these kits that I have right here. But those are kits. And then this is, oh, do I have floss in here? Or fabric in here that I could move to over there? I totally could. So here is some Ida that I have from some things that I had purchased. A couple different colors of Ida, and I'm like, I can totally put those in that other container. Because this is kind of all of those extra supplies. It's like the things that I don't really utilize a lot, because it's the off-brand cheap these, which I did not like and they didn't work well. So really, that's what a lot of this is. I do need to pull these out because I do use these. And then I can put this whole bag. This is a nice one. And this is a nice one. So these are actual Nerd hoops, which I do actually use those ones, but some of these other ones I do not use at all. So I'm going to put this in a, like, get rid of, because I'm not going to use those things, so there's no point in keeping them. And then we're going to put fabric in here, so that way I have all of my Ida in one location instead of in like 25 locations, because I try to keep all of these fabrics all together. So that way if I need something, I've got the fabric in here to utilize, and I can pick something out for patterns. These are leftovers from kits that I've finished, which realistically I'll probably, yeah, I think I need to just toss these instead of like holding on to them. But there is that. I want to say this, I can put those into, but yeah, this is, I should probably organize this a little bit better. This is a pattern, so I'm putting this in my pattern folder. We're gonna put it right there. see if I can spread these out a little bit so it's a little bit like more condensed. Because I have these two, which are caterpillar cross stitch little projects that I need to just actually work on. Did I hear you meow? Mochi? I thought I heard a meow. I don't know where Momo went. Alright, but these are ones that I need to work on as well because it comes with everything that I need. I just need to actually work on these as little projects before the next one comes in because I get these like every other month. And I've got two, but I haven't done anything with either one of them, so I need to. So we're going to put those in there because those are kits. So now that is good to go. I technically will just put this this floss in over there. I need to put that in that thing. I need to see what how I want to store, where I want to put that thing for the floss. And then here, pardon me with a little bit of a cough. Here is some DMC brand Ida that I have, which I'm going to toss right up here. But yeah, this is some DMC brand that I had picked up before I found the magic of like hand dyed, like nice Ida. So it's just a little bit like stiffer than I like to work with this. So there's those. And honestly, I'm like, do I really need to keep the leftovers from the Woobles kits that I've completed, considering the fact that each kit comes with everything you need? So I'm like, because I don't foresee myself utilizing the leftovers from this. And especially, you know, they even have two of the exact size crochet hooks. So I think I'm going to put this in a get rid of pile over there as well. These are things that I'm going to keep, but I've been storing my floss. I have some storage containers over there that I just store the floss in a little bit more so. So I'm going to put those two hoops right there. I really have I have a project bag I can put all of these in. And then let's see here. We still have these other resin goodies right there. Hi Mom, what are you doing? What? Which realistically, if I do not have all of this stuff over here, which I need to do some of this stuff for prizes, but if I did not have the stuff over here, I would totally, that would be like the area for me to put, sorry Mo, put some of this extra goodies once I get rid of the stuff that's in here, which is a lot of, hi Sushi, what are you up to? This right here is my finished cross-stitch projects. I have them in here for my finishes. So that, technically, I would put that over in my finish container. So I'm going to set that off to the side. All right. So I might just, yeah, put some of this stuff over here to kind of space it out a little bit. All right. So that will be like these things. I'm going to put these things in there. Mochi. So there's that. We've got the gloves. I really need to organize that corner a little bit better, but at least for now, this gets that stuff out of here and into there. Then I just have like a couple random things, which I would probably put up on the shelf. I think realistically, I'd put up there on one of the top shelves if I rearrange that, because there's stuff up there that I need to get out of there because it's not keeping, it's like going. So I could easily pop this up there once I did that. So let me pull this over. Here we've got a couple more of these. This is my floss drops that I use for projects. And then my, this is a dust cloth grime guard for the hoops. So let me see, I have a couple of the empty slots for this. So I will pop, because I have that right there. And as I get more flosses, I will store them on here. Okay. So these are variegated, DMC brand variegated flosses. So I'm going to toss that over there. And there are, I think like 2 of each color. for these, but I'm going to put them in this little tray. Yeah, there's 2 of each color, so that way you could, you know, use them for something. I don't know why I bought them because I do not have projects in mind, and I need to get away from being like, ooh, pretty, shiny, I want, and just buy stuff that I actually need for a project. That's really what I need to do, instead of just arbitrarily buying things like floss, because then you accumulate things and you're like, I really don't need it because I'm not using it for a project. I do, but yeah. So yeah, I have a lot of random flosses that I really technically did not need at all. Hey, why are you scritching on my carpet? So we're just gonna kind of toss these in here. The nice thing about this is I could technically mount this on the wall. It's got spots to do some mounting, so I might actually do that, mount it on the wall. That way it's, you know, I think that would be something that I can see myself doing, is mounting it. So now we've got these colors. We're gonna go right there. So that way I get the variegateds out of their little thing into something different. So this is this with these different flosses. And this is more like, the variegated floss is floss that I bought just because it was pretty and I wanted it. But normally, all of the flosses that I have here are the leftovers from projects that I've, like things that I've already done. So like some of them I started off with bobbinating, which is actually a much better like space saver. I do not enjoy bobbinating it like this. So it's like, that's not something I enjoy. So I'm like, if I had a better way of doing it, I prefer to work off of like the skein like this. I just prefer, it's easier for me to do it like this off of a skein. So I'm like, if I could, you know, like have it where it's like that, but you know, rolled around, it, something that took up less space. Basically. Did you find a toy? And then this is more fun DMC flosses. So this is they have this like, this is the Etoile collection. Etoile basically has like that glitter in it, which I think will be fun to add as an accent for, because it's some of the most common colors. These will be fun to add as accents. I also have a whole bunch of, in here is, see, like this. I don't mind storing things like this, where maybe you have it like that, and then you can like wrap it around the floss drop or something and then store it. I need to look into doing it like that, because I think that would be a better solution for me. What are you doing, Sushi? But these are a bunch of like hand-dyed flosses that I picked up when I bought some Ida from one of the shops that I really liked their Ida for. I picked up Sushi. You're gonna, no. Hey, Carcass. Sush, get down. Thank you, baby. So that's what this is. It's kind of like those other random flosses, which I could actually, I will pop this right up here. Because that's a perfect spot for it right there. And then I will probably put the hoops, will those fit right there? They will. Oh, look at that, perfection. So now I just need to figure out where I'm going to put this and a couple other small things that I have to put back in here. But overall, spacing wise, that definitely cleared up some clutter. I can still access this, but I can also slide that over if I need to. I might put, I'm like, I really don't want to put one of those back in. I'm trying to think of what else I need to keep. That's not going in there. I don't want to put these things back in. Sushi, no, we're not. Hey, hey, hey. Stop trying to climb the diamond paintings. Come here. Hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? What is this, silly goose? What are you up to, silly goose? I know you're happy you're in the closet. Look at this little booger. Look at that belly. She's a fat cat. And like the toes, she always likes to stick out just a couple of her toenails. Not all of them, just a couple. You got stuff on you. You got paper on you. What? What is this? Hey, baby. What? What's your belly? Oh, you're just kicking me in the foot. She's clean. She just got a bath yesterday, so she's a clean kitty. Mochi actually has white fur again. She was kind of in that like creamy off-white color because she was so dirty. So we're going to put you down. Choop. All right. I need to start to tackle some of that up there because there's things up here that I really do not need to have right there. So like this container can get out of here because this is all things that I plan on destashing. So it's a handful of trays that I have yet to destash that didn't sell when I did my last destash, and it's a handful of cover minders. So this is going to leave here. I do not need that in here, so that's going out. I want to say this is also same boat. This is, yeah, that's more trays that I completely forgot about that I have for destash. So we're gonna take this out because I keep all of my destash goods in my spare bedroom, the cat room. I have all of the destash stuff so it doesn't clutter up in here. So that's something. So now we're working into this upper portion up here to try to organize some of this chaos. I'm not going to do anything with the papers per se. That's going to really stay over there because that's brush painting stuff. But I want to kind of like free up some of this space to potentially put some of these lighter things from down here up there and get it out of the way. If that shelf was taller, I would totally, I think it's too short. Let me see. I think the shelf is just slightly too short for me to fit this up. Yeah. If it was like an inch difference in height, then I could totally put this up there. So this will just have to sit. I will probably just sit it like right in front. I'll probably end up sliding this that way a little bit because then I can have more access. But for working purposes, it's fine where it is. This, I can get out of here. These are all of my, like realistically, I do not use these. I might keep just a couple, but these are all of my fountain pens. So I went through this, I do love fountain pens. And I went through this like major fountain pen phase. And they're beautiful pens. Absolutely love them. But I think I would actually like to, you know, sell them and get rid of some of them because I do not use them. I have like a couple of them that I like, the first one or two that I got that I absolutely love, but then the rest of them that I'm like, okay, they're okay, but they're not, I don't find myself going for any of these. I find myself going for the ones, the one or two that I have over there. What is this? Okay, these are some completed mini projects. I don't know why these aren't in my sticker book. That's a card. Here is like Christmas ornaments from previous years, from the Sparkle Pals, and then from the history box, which I've kept all of these things, but I'm like, I don't go for the special projects like this really, because I find that I'm like, what am I going to do with it? It's not something that I really care for. And then here are trays that I have. So, oh yeah, some pens. I need to put those to go in my pen container. But I have some gorgeous trays. Like, love this tray right here. I just need to add some feet to it because it didn't come with feet. But I love that tray. It's a great size. This one I think I'm going to put in the, like, the get rid of because it's too small for me to effectively use. These ones right here are absolutely gorgeous. I do particularly love these two right there. I think those are gorgeous ones. And then this one that I think I'm going to put in the, it's like a wintry one. It's got like little penguins and everything in there. It's super cute, penguins and snowflakes. But I don't find myself going for this one, so I think I'm going to put this one in the get rid of pile. So I'm doing really good, like for March, kind of destashing things since, you know, we're in the beginning. This is some random projects, some sunglasses. These are like crafty things that I've made and this is for my Crafter's Paradise retreat. This is like the lanyard that I will, you know, bring to future retreats. Because you get one of these like little charms for every retreat that you go to. So we had the mermaid one, which was I think the first year, and then the tropic one, which has this little star, which was last year, and we're gonna do princess theme for this coming year. So that's what that is, and this is from the tropics theme. I got the flamingo ones. This is just a pretty charm type thing, and then here from one of the different retreats that I went to, we made these, which are like little, I like how they turned out. They're really pretty. I like those colors, but I just don't know what I was going to actually use them for. And then I've got these two macrame like keychain things that I had made at the same retreat but the previous year. And then this, I think Bev made this. Bev B. I think Bev made this one, which is kind of like, you know, one of those things where you can hook it to your phone or something like that. It was super cute. And I think these are technically, that's what these are, like phone charms. I and the like wristlets that you could hook to like a wallet or a phone type thing. That's what these are. So I'm keeping those, even though I could probably get rid of them, but they're just so pretty. And then my lanyard, that is my lanyard for the retreat. I have to try to remember to bring it this year coming up, because I know exactly where it is. And then, you know, because you have to have some ridiculous flamingo sunglasses. So that's this little tray of goodies, which I'm going to set right there for now. So I can get back into here. Oh, this is, it's a bag of bags. In case you wondered, this is a bag of bags. Like a bag of gift bags. That's literally what is in, this is gift bags. So in case I needed tiny gift bags for anything, I know, right? I feel like that's like a standard thing. You have to have like a bag of bags somewhere, but this bag of bags does not need to be in my craft closet. It can go in a different closet for my bag of bags. We're going to remove this from the room. It's going to go over there in the not staying in here pile. I need to get a step stool for in here. But this iron is not for clothes. This iron is actually for diamond or my brush paintings. So when you go to mount a brush painting, it's a whole process, and I typically, or if I need to get my paper flattened or whatnot, you iron your paper, you iron your paintings, all of that fun stuff, and that's what the ironing mat up there is for, because they do not have an ironing board. And then, what is this one? Okay, so this is varnish for when I am mounting my brush paintings. I need to get a step stool for in here, since I just like can't reach anything higher than that. What's in this container? These might be prints, and if so, they need to be out of here. I think they are. Yes, they are. So one of the artists that I artist that I absolutely no, Carcass, we're not jumping on there. No, we're not jumping on top of the paintings. So one of the artists that one of my favorite artists. I love this artist. This is, well, actually that one is from a big project. That's like just a print of something massive. But these are from prints from an artist that I follow. He's a Hawaiian artist, a local artist, Kamehameha. So there you have the Juicy Lips. So that's one of them. And then he paints these amazing murals. Like this is a mural, like he paints these amazing murals on the side of some of the buildings in Hawaii, and it's absolutely incredible. The fact that he paints these amazing things. Here is a slightly different version of that one right here. It's actually the cover album for a Hawaiian band, The Green. So this is actually their, the art, he did the artwork for their cover album. And then that's just like a random long print. But I have a lot of Kamehameha's prints. So I just need to, like, I don't care for that one as much, so I need to put that in page 2. Okay, let me come in here and coil these back down. But I actually have a couple of his, I have more of his prints, but I have I think I have 2 of them in my bedroom, on the walls in my bedroom. I have 2 of his prints. Sushi's like, I want in there so bad, in case you couldn't tell the cat trying to climb that. But this is basically a massive project that was done on, like, while a different artist that I follow I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but he did this while he was on like a major hiking expedition, because he's like a photographer more so than anything, and basically turned it into a print. But these are basically the ones that I did not have framed and hung up, are these ones, because I didn't have room for them all. I have so much artwork on my walls. I think the only room that I have not gotten around to putting artwork up on is in here, and I have a pile of artwork on the floor over there that I really need to do. Hi, Carcass. Sushi. But this is something that I like to store that is in a different spot. What, baby? What? You're not getting in there. She's like, I'm balancing. How do I get off this? What, little toes? You are funny. What are you doing? She's like, how do I get in and get down? You're funny. All right. Yeah, this whole shelf I need to work on because it's slipping. And that I think is another crafty project, but I really need to, like, the shelf is totally slanted like this, so I really need to get a couple new brackets for it, so that way the shelf can actually be upright like this, and because you can't even use like the hanging rod because the shelf has lowered so much in the center. So I need to get a couple more mounts to mount this shelf better. Like it needs like a mount. It needs like a bracket in the middle kind of a thing to support it because it's just got these two side brackets. Let's see. But now I've cleared some space to put the last few things that I need to put in here, which is really this, which is glitters. So that can sit right there. I try not to put anything heavy in that middle portion. And then we have the finished resin products. I still need to sort the papers, but I need to figure out a better way to store my paper before I do that. It might be a matter of what I might end up doing is putting all of these papers into one of these laundry hampers that has diamond paintings in it once I get around to, we'll get up there. Once I get around to finishing and emptying one of the hampers, I will probably put all of the paper in one of the hamper. That actually is probably what I will end up doing. Because then it's like I can access it more readily and I'm not trying to get up there to get it. Hi, baby. What are you doing? All right. So now I've got the resin, epoxy, part A, and then part B. Or well, A is right here and B I already put up. So now these, I will set this back up there. What are you doing, Sushi Monster? And these trays, I need to swap out the tray that I'm using. I've been using it for a hot minute, but I feel like these are good for like trinkety stuff to put keys and whatnot on is what these are for. I might take one of these and put it out in my kitchen dining room area for some little things. Ooh, pardon me. So I think I'm gonna set that aside so I can go do that and get it out of being in here. And then I'll just pop these other ones right up on top of there. I have my pens up here. Oh, I need to put this in the get rid of pile. This is some Snap Dots. I do not use Snap Dots. I do not like them. I usually give all of these to a friend of mine that does like them. So I will take that to the retreat and give them to her at the retreat. All right. Now we have to decide, as I'm getting toenails in my back, we have to decide. I think I might actually slide this over at least a little bit, not far. I think I'm going to slide it over a little bit so I can put my diamond painting, my canvases in there. I think that's what I'm going to do. Slide it over enough to put the canvas box in there, and that way it's a little bit of room in between. So we're going to do that. We're going to slide. What, Carcass? You're not going up on the shelf. No, I should not be in here with you. Okay, I gotta put you down. You're not gonna help me. Come here. Come here. Come here. Getting you off of me is such a tassel, baby. She's like, Mom, that face. Oh my goodness. Hi, baby. Okay, so let's see if that was enough. I can do... I have this that needs to go... Well, get your foot. Get your foot. Okay. So we've got that one I can set right there. Oh, okay. I was like, what am I running into? There. Those are some, these are basically some scrolls from Yume. She was having a clear out when she was moving. So these are some scrolls of some of her artwork. Sushi's totally climbing the side of the shelf. That's really funny. I might have to, like, you know, do something like leave it so that they can play on that shelf, because she's having a blast with that. That looks like she's having so much fun climbing, and she just do right up the side of it. We'll see. I'll probably put those in the in my de-stash room. I need to organize that room. I literally have just been throwing everything on the floor and leaving it there, so I really need to organize it. But that's what this goes back in here. And then I can come over here to these. So I've got these ones to go back here, and I have the box. Let me put the box in first for here, and I actually need to close the box a little bit. So that way it's, oh come on, don't rip on me, box. I won't be able to use you as a box. Okay, that works, it's close enough. But we're gonna put this box right in here. Box is in, and I think having it like this makes it a little bit better. That little bit of space makes it easier to access all of this stuff. And then the last couple blank canvases are going to go right in here. So we can toss these back here. Pick up the things that I'm knocking over and pop them back up on there. That's to make like a little terrarium. I did a cross stitch stitch along, and it was a terrarium. So now in my head I keep calling things terrariums. All right, so now I have, this is my floss, which I'm just gonna let it sit right there in front of that. Actually, I might just set it sideways and pull it out as needed. Well, we'll see. No, we'll just leave it like that. And now that side is, let me see if there's anything else. Oh, I still need to figure out how I'm gonna store those. Do I have an empty bag I can put them in? That's the true question, because then I could slide them into like a little craft bag kind of a thing. I have some bags, but they've got stuff in them. Let me see. What size bags? Oh, crafty bag. Oh, well, I've got this bag. That's kind of small for it. Let me see if I have any crafty bags in here I could slide that into. Actually, well, that's a little short for it. That's a little short. We may just see how many I can fit in that bag, use one of those bags, and go from there. Because I'll be able to fit some of them in this bag. Actually, it'll fold out. I can fit a good number in here. I just need to move my baggies. Some of these bags, I'm like, I really should not, there's no need to have kept some of these bags, but you know, I can't bring myself to throw away cute bags. So I really should, because I don't need all of those bags. But we have a bag for me to put stuff in. All right. And now I can start to put some of these in here. Because I have so many random sizes. I've got like some round blank canvases that are 30 by 40. I've got 20 by 30s, and I have all of these in both square and round. So it's kind of one of those things where I had bought all the things. So this is going to be these mini ones, which actually it means, like, I have so many kits that I've kitted up that I need to work on, but I'm like, at the same time, I'm like, I kind of want to work on some of these mini projects that I have all of these canvases for. Because those are the ones that really do not take me long at all to do, is these little mini ones for these canvases. I just want to get all of the small canvases out of there before I go pulling the larger ones. So there's those. Yeah, like small one. Now we're going to go with the medium size, put those in, so that way there's some kind of semblance of how they're in this bag. Large, medium, large, medium. I really should sort these by like round versus square, but I have not done that. I will. Just making sure you're not doing something you're not supposed to. But as you can see, I have like literally all the canvases I could possibly want for cross-stitch conversions. I just need to do some more projects, because this is a lot of canvases that I could do projects with. And now I have the tall ones that I'm going to shove in here. And some of them, the plastic is like a little excessive on some of these. but I'm leaving the plastic because that's what has the label of what size it is. All right, this is trash. I can put this one in. Realistically, I do not need to keep, this one is around 30 by 40, I want to say. So let me pop this one in here. And then these two, technically, I like do not need to keep these scraps. I have enough that I don't need to keep these scraps. So like I could really just get rid of these to go in my get rid of pile. This is some wrapping paper. I only have like one piece of wrapping paper left, but that's wrapping paper. And these are labels for my drills, drill storage. Mochi, hey, get your little carcass down. Momo, no, you're not climbing my shelf. You're not climbing diamond paintings. No, Momo. I know you want to. I know you want to. Look at this. She does not like being held like this. Hi, fat cat. Oh, stop. You're fine. She likes being held like this, like a little baby. Hi. Hi, fat cat. You are so clean. I love looking at a nice, clean little neck. Oh, my goodness. You don't have, you know, a filthy, dirty neck like you did. She was so dirty. She had like little black dots all over her, which is dirt, because her hair is white and it's so thin. You could see all of this little dirt. You could see dirty armpits. You had a dirty neck. She had a dirty chin. She had a dirty belly. And now she's just so clean. What? Hi, Momo. She's like, would you put me down, Mom? Oh, there you go. All right. So now I've done these and I can put this back up on my shelf. But look. Oh, actually, I'm just going to set it right on top of the other mini blank canvases. Boom. Happy day. Okay. I really want to do something about all of these because I do not utilize them. So this is, well, that one has my name on it, so I can't really get rid of that one. What do I even have in here? Oh, those are like, because I was doing my spare drill storage in here. Or not, yeah, that's how I used to do my spare drills. So I'm going to put that up there in the, I don't store it like that anymore. This is another one with like the blank empty spare drills. But I'm still holding on to it because I could repurpose those boxes for something. These are drills that I have planned for a that I purchased for 2 canvases. So that's what those are. My sticker label maker, I just emptied out some of these trays with my spare drill storage being redone. So I can actually move a lot of this stuff around, which is great because now I have some empty drawers here to put stuff in. This is, did I finish this one? If so, why is it there and not in the, yeah, this is a completely filled little booklet of mini sticker scenes. So that little booklet needs to go over here with all my other sticker scenes. I don't know why I didn't put it in here. Sorry for the coffee, guys. So this is what I've basically just been storing my completed sticker scenes in this. I think actually, rather than storing it in a cheap plastic bag, I should store it in one of these that I have that I might as well use. We're gonna use that one because then I can store them. Well, actually, is this one bigger? Nope, same size. So I think I'm going to store them in here. I like that idea better. And then I'm repurposing stuff that I would otherwise be like, let me put it to get rid of. So we are going to transfer all of the sticker scenes over. And then I can get rid of that plastic bag. But I have these in the order that I completed them in. There's probably, like, I could easily sort them in a different way. But that's just how I've put them in, is the order that I completed them. Not that it really matters. But we're going to pop these in here. Because I'm that person that likes to be able to, you know, go back to my completions and see them. I need to put them in stages to put in because there's some odd-shaped ones. Like that big one is a little odd-shaped. There we go. So now those are in. And then we've got these ones to go in. I think realistically I should probably put those, let me see. Yeah, I'm gonna set these next to them so that way they fit in there. All right, so now I have my sticker scenes, my completed sticker scenes in here, which is better organization purpose, and I can put that back up on the shelf. And then if it knocks over, I don't have to worry about things falling. What's in this one that I'm gonna get? Okay, that was more of these. Oh, actually, there's a couple colors in here that I failed to put in my storage, so I need to pull them out because I was like, which realistically, I'm like, I need to pull those out to put over. I think it was because they were different, like dye lots and whatnot. But some of them that I have a lot of colors of, I think I need to just, when I was doing the rounds, like here's more of my 310. And yeah, so there's some of them are different companies that I wasn't keeping, that I stopped keeping drills from those companies because I realized I can't keep literally everything. And some of them are better quality than others. Like that's totally resin, or not resin drills. Those are totally the knockoff ones. Let's see, those ones are, again, pitted resin drills. But yeah, this is like, these are more, 5200, that's like a cream color versus the 5200 that's proper. But those are the good drills. Those are the good drills. These are Diamond Art Club drills, and then some other ones. But these are rounds, so I'm going to put them here because they are ones that I could definitely, when I feel like I'm in the mood for it, I could continue putting those into those. As you can tell, I am not hurting for drills, spare drills. I have plenty of spare drills. And then this is for a project. These were examples of some Ida, Nile Green, and Flamingo. I like that Flamingo. It's a pretty color. So that's some examples of Ida from a shop that I had purchased from. But I've already purchased from them before, so I don't need to. I know that they have these gorgeous samples of Ida, so I can toss that. And this is a thing of even weave that I think that I need to put in my D-stash because I decided I was working on a project and then I decided even weave is not for me. I'm not a fan of it. I don't like it. I do not like it. I'll stick with my 14 count Ida. And I know it's like as you work with it, it'll get easier to use. So this can go in my D-stash pile. This actually will go in here. So I always forget. These are some of my favorite pens, but these are what I bring with me when I'm doing like retreats and such. I always will bring like these 3 pens, which has my favorite Leopard Leatherworks pen. And then I have my favorite MTN Inspirations pen. And then this one is a newer one that I just got from Enabler's Outpost, but recently, within the last like 6 months, well, the last 6 to 12 months or so I got it. I love it. I think it's amazing. And then we've got that, which I can pop in there as well. So I'm going to pop these things back in here, and then this will fit in here as well. So this is usually what I'll put my accessories into when I need just like mini projects. I put them in this. So that's kind of what that is for. I could definitely pop it down here, or I could even just, because I'm trying to clear up this a little bit. Here I need to, this is spare drills I had purchased for a tone that I was needing, but I need to actually, I could put them in here now. Now that I have my spare drills all done, I could definitely kit those down into that. This is a little resin cover minder, little kitty cat cover minder. It's the cutest thing ever. This one kind of lives on my little metal tray. And then I've got my notebook, another notebook. That's like a piece of trash. This is like sticky notes. So this is trash. Again, we're trying to organize some of this corner of chaos because we've kind of got that organized. I still, like I said, I still need to do the paper, but that's something for another moment in time. And then I've got some more paper. This is, so basically you've got paper for, that you could use to write. And it's just really pretty paper. So I do like that paper. So I'm keeping, well, obviously I'm keeping it because it's paper. I have this love of papers. And then these are my notebooks, which I have some notes on here that I need. So that's one that I would probably like put these over on the desk. And then this I'm going to put up here with these other notebooks. Actually, I'm going to pop, yeah, that's going to go on the desk. What's these ones? Oh, these are just like the Simply Gilded postcard thingies, like the little things they include in their freebies. Here is some release papers from the retreat last year. The Tropic Like It's Hot. I really don't use release papers, but it's like they're so good, so pretty, so I had kept it, but I don't use release papers, so I need to put this in a slot. That's my putties. What's this one got? Okay, this is the ones that I have for canvases that I have not worked on yet. my bling sets for canvases to work on. So Pretty in Pastel, Pine Tree Haven, Balancing Act from Richard Lorenz. And then these are Petals Fall and I think In This Moment or Leave Me Tonight, one of those two. But two Yume canvases that I had bought enhancements for. So you can see there's a lot for that one. There is definitely a lot right here for that Pretty in Pastel Romy Lerda canvas. There's a lot for that one. But that's what these specials are. Those are ones that are enhancement sets that I had purchased before I was like, I really don't need to purchase the enhancement sets because I could totally put my floss thing up there. That I need to put stuff on. And then these, I really don't, I have these, this one I don't, I have a handful of pens that I put on one of these. And this is a thing to roll your canvas with. So we've got those. It's very, very sturdy and well made. I just don't utilize my canvases in such a way. So I'm going to put this in the get rid of pile. This one has my name on it, so I can't really get rid of it. But I'm going to put it right up here with my other, actually I might put these up top so I could put more stuff on that shelf. Because I don't really need a lot of stuff up there. All right. Here I have my stickers and my wrapping paper, which I could totally put up on a shelf anywhere, really. I'll probably put the stickers I'm going to leave right in here because I feel like that's useful for this stuff for labeling purposes. And then for the wrapping paper, this actually is going to go out of this room because I don't put the wrapping paper in this room. I have a whole pile of random things on here that I still need to sort. Let me see what I've made space for over in here. For some of these enhancements and bling sets. Okay. So there's that one. This has some of those sticker scenes. This entire thing, I am like good on sticker scenes for like forever because that entire bin is sticker scenes, and then this one has even more like the overflow of the sticker scenes with some of like the newer ones. So that stuff is most definitely yeah. Realistically, I could totally put those enhancements and not even have them in this little container. I could put them in the drawer for the enhancement sets. I could fit these in this drawer because then I have, otherwise I'm like, what else am I going to put in this drawer? So I've got those and these ones, and we're going to set these in here so that way I've got them for projects. And now I have emptied this bin that I can move elsewhere, put it off to the side. So I'm very like scattered in a way. So specials, sticker scenes. This is where I've been keeping all of my my soy wax melts in here. That's where all of those go. This is for putty, which I've downsized my putty. I've got like, these are the putties that I have still to destash. And then these are the putties that I am keeping. And then there's a handful of additional putties in here, like these really cute ones that have been made into designs. So those are there. My waxes are right here. These are my sticker sheets for canvases. So I keep them in here. And I actually have pulled a couple of these canvases out. I need to go through and pull their images, their sticker sheets out to go with the canvas because I plan on destashing some of these. But that's something that I always do. I make sure that I've done that before. When I saw the canvas, to make sure that it, like, I put it in the box. But I need to go through and pull the ones out for the ones that I'm getting rid of. But I have a few of these. That's what this drawer is for those. This is my previous logbooks. Where I can look back through those logbooks and see what I've finished when in all of those numbers and with the all of the information. So if like somebody wanted ideas of like, what did you do for your bling on that canvas? Well, I have the blings right there in here, but I have both of my logbooks in here. Oh, that's where my static guard went. This is the first logbook. So that's that first logbook that I had. Logbook 1, and then this is logbook 2, and then I'm working on logbook 3 right now. So, static guard in case I needed it for anything. But this is basically, my roller is in here. I really don't use this one. I only use this one for my Elizabeth Ward containers. I don't use this one here. I had tried these other ones from other companies, or these other ones, and I really do not utilize them. This was somebody else's version of the Elizabeth Ward one, and I do not like it. They're very well made, but it just doesn't work for me like the other one does. This is for baggies. This is for like the jars or Tic Tac containers. And then this one is for like the round jars. So that's what these ones are. And I'm not going to use those because I thought I could use them for like this stuff over there, but I don't. So I'm going to put that stuff to get rid of because I do not need all the things. Let's see. These are more little mini enhancements. Oh yeah, this is another pen that I'm going to put to get rid of because I do not use it. It's one of those palm placers. I do have this one as a palm placer, which is pretty, and I will keep it because it looks cool. It's like the little egg shaped, but this one I'm going to get rid of. Empty. Oh, that has my label maker, my sticker maker label thing. But the pen that I just dropped is going here. Which actually I've got, this is for all of my, this is what I keep all of my cards in. The trading cards go in there. So we're going to move that one up to right here. And then this is actually not my trading cards. This is actually like K-pop trading cards that I have in this one. So that's what that one is. So it should technically, I should have it over with all of my K-pop albums over there. But that's what this one is. And then baggies, which, does that one fit sideways? It does. But I think I'm going to move that over. We're going to put the baggies in here with these special drills. What do I have in the bottom? Okay, more of these little bags, which I do like those. But I can put that next to these. Oh, this is this thing. Okay. Which I do use if I'm using bottles. But now that I changed from bottles, I need to get an insert that's square to use on this. Because that's a good way to like set my... you set it up and then you can put like your enhancements in here, but I don't use the round bottles anymore. So I need to get one of these that's square. And more little bags. So yeah, this basically, you know, I just kind of like organize. I don't need, we're gonna put that bag to go with the other, the baggies right there. Right there, let me find a good bag to put the bags in. Now that I've, you know, utilized the bigger bag, I'm going to put these bags back in this bag. So that way, and those come in handy whenever you need like a little baggie for something. This is for double-sided adhesive. Oh, there's another notepad, which I can take this off. It's a Ghibli actually, notepads, that's garbage. But this one I'm going to put up top there with the other paper. But basically, these are color charts. So if I wanted to know colors for something, this is like the Art Dot ones, but it still gives you an idea when you're trying to do like color swaps for things. So I plan on swapping the yellows of Kitchen Cats into a different color palette. And I'm thinking I might go with something along, I might either go with the light blues, maybe like pale greens, maybe pinks. I haven't decided, but this will be coming handy for that. And then this is basically just a DMC brand, like just a DMC color chart, and it has like a good section where it puts all the colors together, and it'll say, okay, this is what you could swap this color for that one. So it's like if you don't want to use the app to do it, because you can do it on your phone on a website. But and then here, these cards are for like enhancements, and that's what you would use the double-sided adhesive in here for. Is basically you could actually pull your special drills from there and put them on here. And that will give you those enhancements to do. It does kind of throw me off that they are not in like a logical order to me. I think it's supposed to be in like a color chart order. Yeah, it's basically to be a color chart order like this, where it's instead of in a DMC order, and I like DMC order, but that way you can actually see everything that you have. So at some point I will get around to doing that, but I have not done so yet. But that's what that is. So So we're gonna put that back in there. And then this is for those special drills. So we're gonna put this back in there. Would this fit in here? Okay, perfect. I'm gonna put it in the little envelope because I don't like it when things can roll around like that. I may not actually like close it, zip it closed, because I won't be able to see what's in there. But this at least, well, I probably will. But this at least gets it where it's not obvious and hanging out and taking up all the space. All right, so get that one filled. All right, here, and I've got a couple empty drawers that I could still put stuff in. So that's nice. I'm gonna put this back in here just because I have the room for it, so I might as well. So this is, these little trays is basically enhancements for one of the canvases that I've kitted up already. So I'm gonna set that up for now. Let's see. So now I've completely like done that whole section. I could probably put this right up here for my floss. Sushi likes to play with that. All right, we're gonna put the paper up here. All right, what else do I need to do? So those I can totally like ditch. They're gonna go in the other room for now until I like get rid of it. Here's the special projects, which I need to figure out what I wanna. I think I have a spot on the top of my shelf over there for those. All right, so now I have like this whole mess of things on the floor right here, but not all of it do I have to worry about. I need to find, like I said, I was gonna find the alternatives for the Stettler ones. Those I'm keeping, which for right now I will just put, these are my completed cross stitch projects, which I could just leave right in there if I wanted, but I'm gonna put this with my completion stuff over there. But for now, I'm just gonna let it sit right there so that way I don't mix it up with the chaos that's on my floor right now. Oh yes, I need to do my Elizabeth Ward containers, but I have some of the stuff from over there. But basically, we've essentially kind of organized this. I'm probably going to end up putting this storage for the floss. I'm going to end up putting it right here on my shelf. I think that's a great spot for it. And then, you know, I've got that there, and then I can put that for being kit up, and the completions will move. But that way I can kind of like see what I need, and I may have to combine potentially some colors because I'm going to eventually have more than this. But that at least gets that there and out of the way. We're going to put my notepad right there. This needs to go over there. These, actually, I could put in one of these drawers. Let me see if I can fit it the too deep. Let's see. There we go. So it totally works. So that way I can pop those right there. So that way they're like out if I need them, or if I want to use them, I've got them right there. And now I still, like, the paper corner is driving me bonkers, but I'll have to do something about it later. All right, anything else that needs to go in here? Ultimately, the markers will go over there with the other markers once I decide which ones I want to keep and kind of swap out some colors. So now we're going to go ahead and close this side, because this is organized, and now I can come over to the drills from like the container that Mochi knocked on the floor that I'm like, I should probably, I'm in the process of like gluing it back together. What carcass? So over here is the diamond paintings, and now I can actually put that next to it there. Yes, I blocked your access. Sorry, love. You're silly. You're so silly. Okay, this is going to go underneath. Because that's where I like to store that. Now I can put this hamper right there. Boom. So now I've got the hampers kind of like, so I can actually get in here and see my diamond paintings. But I need to organize these because now I'm going to put, I think, one more row of these big ones down on the bottom shelf because I like to have that be the big stuff and kind of sort by size when I do things. And the big ones I usually have on the bottom. So I think I'm going to do that. I need to pull all of these canvases that are in bags and move them. And then I also need to do something about up in here. So these are, oh yes, this is what I was looking for. So this is what I've been putting all of those like random project finishes. So that was like my Christmas tree that I made from Diamond Art Club previously. So this plastic bag has these random off-canvas projects. So I'm going to put those ones in there. These ones are going in there. I don't know why I didn't put them in my sticker book, but they're all the off-canvas projects that usually come from the, when you buy the advent box, the advent calendar box, which I have not done any, like most of the projects from this past year's box. So like here's the coasters, which I have not touched. These are the window clings, which I have not touched. So I'm like at the point where I'm like, you know what? I need to just de-stash these and get rid of them. Let somebody who's going to enjoy them more have them. So that's going to go in my de-stash pile. So these are both going in the de-stash pile, which is right here with all this other junk on my floor. What, baby? Oh, you're cute. I love you, baby cat. What? I love you. What, Carcass? She's like, I want up there. You do not need up there, baby. What? I know. You're sweet. Can I put you down? Hey, Susu. You're not going on the shelf. I'm not letting you on the shelf, baby. The nice thing is this has actually gone down in size for what I have over here. But now I need to pull those canvases in the bottom out, move these tall ones that are on that shelf down there, and kind of go from there, which will be good to kind of organize things back a little bit. But those are all the really big canvases from Diamond Art Club that take up way too much space. I hate the big canvases. I'm such a small canvas person. All right, so that's basically what and this is finished. I finished those ones. So that's basically where I'm at. This is, I think these are the mini canvases, the Art Dot ones that I actually kept. I destashed half of them, and then I kept the ones that I liked the looks of. So like the lantern, the koi, the bunny, this one. So I kept 1, 2, 3, I probably kept 4, 5, and 6. So I kept 6 of them. Hey, you're gonna knock that over. We don't need to jump on there, girlfriend. No, little brat child. So I need to set this, because I'm gonna put that in here, but I wanna slide my pens over. These are the odd-shaped pens that don't really fit in there very well. So they're either the really, really fat ones, the ones that have captive rings, or they've got a lot of gems that would catch on the binders in there. So these are the ones that I do not put up there in the containers. I keep them separate, which now I could actually like display them out here so I could see them because this is a spot where I don't have to worry about the girls knocking them off as much. All right, and now I can slide the pens over. Those are all of my, in the corner over there, I have my like photo books. Yeah, so I have all the photo books over here in the corner. And now I'm going to slide these over here. These here. We're going to slide those back into the middle part. I have paper and random things up top. But now I've got this area that I could work on. Like, these were all of the canvases that were either in super, super big boxes that were bigger than these. Or, like, that phase that Diamond Art Club went through with the boxes that were, like, a square instead of a rectangle. Those really awkward shaped boxes. That's what the Diamond Art Club canvases are. Some of them are ones that came, like, basically, I was removing the things from big boxes out of the big boxes and moving them. And then over in this one, actually, this is only about half full because I've got completed canvases that are, like, the really long ones that don't fit in my contained storage over there. I've got, like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these with canvases in them. That's where I've been storing those big ones in. So now we're going to kind of come down here. I need to move those, do this, kind of go from there. And organize this a little bit so it looks better because it bothers me that it's all disjointed. This canvas is just so big. And it really, yeah, and it does take up all the way to like right here. That's the edge of the canvas. It's an 80 by 106. So it's a massive, it's a big box with a big canvas in it. So that one is one that I'm always like, well, where am I going to put it? A lot of times I just have this one sticking kind of somewhere down there, but I need to put it kind of out of the way. But we're going to get those out of the way so we can work from down here and reorganize these. These are coloring pages. Sushi, that is exactly what I did not want. No, Carcass. Don't yell at me. Don't yell at me. I did not want you up there. No. You do not need to be up there, brat. This thing. She's like, I'm helping, Mom. I'm helping. Hey. What? Are you ridiculous? She's my Klingon. She's such a sweetie pea. when she's not causing chaos. No, you do not need to jump up there. You do not need to jump up there. No, and that's why I try to block you from jumping up there. No, baby. So, can I put this down? You can climb on things here. These ones will be a couple quick projects once I work on those because it's like big color blocking for these Lazy River ones. And then I have like my Geneva Bowers, some Andreas Rocha Shimmering Canvas is one, some random, like some of the different small shops. I have a couple of Carrot Art canvases. Can I have this one? It's interesting how many iterations of boxes Lazy River as canvases came in over the years. And just in the couple years that I had purchased from them before, you know, they crashed and burned. This was Enabler's Outpost. They changed things around a bit. Oraloa. So these are some of the newer style Oraloas, and they're going to be ones that are definitely, I think, better than. Can you move? I'm trying to pull this out. I can't pull it out if you're laying on it. That's I think the Final Swartz Designs canvas that I have. And here, so there is that one. So now I can start putting these ones in there. Oh, which means I have to actually stand up to get them. But a lot of these big ones, the majority of these big canvases are actually my my Yume art canvases. And in case I was like needed to know this right here, these are all of the box labels for all of these canvases, so I could know what's in those containers. So, what, baby? Yeah, but that's basically the organization that I need to do is get the big canvases out of there, and then, you know, as I get more big canvases, which I've been avoiding, unless it's a Yume, I've really been avoiding the big size canvases lately. So that way I've been trying to stick with the smaller ones. Like a 50 by 70, 50 by 80 is my happy space. I'm doing enough work that I'm actually toasty. So we can take off the hoodie. So, take the hoodie off. What are you doing? Are you over there, sassy pants? Where's our sass? I don't know where the sass went. She's somewhere in here. But we will do these ones. So a couple of the Miss Butter D canvases. This big one that is, it's like I just never know where to put this one. It's just so big. And the box just takes up so much space. So I might just put it vertical because it's so big. And it does take up to like right there, which is crazy. I've really thought about it when I do this one, kind of trimming the canvas down and not working on the full canvas because there's so much of the white color blocking. And it's a massive square. So I might just put this in the laundry basket because it's such a big awkward one. I'm just going to leave it in there. Actually over in the corner. That way it's like I needed somewhere to put it. Okay. So now I have, let me move all of the bagged canvases off for now. These are ones that for some reason, I didn't have them in my boxes over there. Like that's a Sybil, which should totally go over there. My Mini Maids. This is, I think, the only other Salmon Japan canvas that I have left to do. It's so pretty. I do love it. The pastels of that one. So we're going to put all of these ones right in here. Yep, mostly these ones are a lot of the Mini Maid canvases that I have because those ones are in, they come into bags like this, which I'm fine with. I just toss the boxes anyway. Whew, I just remembered that, like, you can see these things were, like, balanced precariously because I don't have, like, a thing for them. So they were balanced precariously, and I need to leave that kind of like that. But let's see. All right, what do I have as far as, okay, I might need to, get like, grab a board to set across there, and that would help, but I would have to see if I actually have something that size that I could put across there. I might just actually see if I have a box that fits crosswise. Basically, I could balance them on a box, actually. Let me see if I could, I'll have to move things out of there, but I could totally balance these on a box on the shelf. I just have to move a canvas or two, and I'll be reorganizing this one, but there's like a ledge for here where the boxes go onto. Oh, that one needs to move. You can't really tell from here, but basically, there. I just have to, I should probably go get an empty box, but now I can work without those falling on me. And these are mostly short ones. This is a longer one, which I'm trying to organize these a little bit better. So I want to, oh, that was an atrocious sound. So let me take this whole stack of them and move it out of the way. And then I have all of those that I could put in here as well. But I like to have this size of my Jaded Gem Shop and Diamond Artisan Shop canvases, more so for those. And not the other random shops. Let's see. Do I have any more? How big are these ones as squares? Would those fit right there? Okay, perfect. They're kind of like that in-between size. So, yes. Okay, that one's a shorter one. Let's see here. This one would totally work. Yep. And then we have, are these ones also that awkward size? I don't like that the stickers are in such weird locations on these. And then we're going to take this stack right here, move these. Lazy River. And then we're into these square boxes. Okay, so those are now all square boxes, basically the same size. So this one is an oddly large one. It's actually, I think it's one that I'm like, it's gonna be super color blocky. It is rounds, which is nice, but I might end up, let me move this one over. Put this one right underneath it. There we go. Yeah, because now I can put this one, we're gonna move that one over. And then put that there. Perfect. So now I've got that, this one. Technically those ones can go right there. And then this one can go right here. Do I have any other, oh, I do have another Oraloa one here. I think that's the last of the Oraloa ones. And then I probably have room to put some of those ones here instead of these ones. So let's move these ones out of the way. Foam. Let's see which ones we have height-wise. Let's go with these taller ones. Actually, that one's a big one, so I'm going to slide that right next to there. And then we're going to put this one on top. So I could try to kind of keep things in some semblance of a size organization, just because that's how my brain works. Those I technically would want to move over, but I'd have to move all of those to get those ones fit over to there. Let's see what size, how deep are these ones? Okay, and then I have these ones that could fit in there as well. This one here. There we go. I'm trying to leave that space so I could add some of those in as needed. And now I've got all of this stuff, which these are shorter. So the shorter ones I'm going to move, and we're going to put the big ones in. I do tend to reorganize this every few months or so. I end up coming back in here to reorganize all of my, how my canvases are in here, because things kind of get a little chaos periodically. So that's something that I find myself needing to do on a consistent basis for it. So this one right here. And this one's these are going to go over because I need to put these in here. boxes. Let me see how big is that box? Okay, that's the same size. Is this one the same size as those other boxes? It seems, no, it's definitely shorter. All right, so now we're gonna move this one and put that tall one in there. Perfect. Okay, now I can start putting these ones in here. Another Orloa, which actually I can put some big ones sideways right down there as well, which will be good. The one Hannah Lynn that I own, which I did not give money to Hannah Lynn when I purchased it. I bought it off of a D-stash. So that makes me happier that my money did not go to Hannah Lynn herself. It's her business practices and how she, like, that's the whole thing. Okay. Now I can toss these in. And then we will make this shelf here. I could sort them by like company, but I'm not. At this point, I really don't care about that aspect. I just want them kind of sorted by size to get them organized in here and not quite as much chaos as what they've been. And then I'm gonna move these ones over and put this right in here. And then I need to do, which actually we're gonna put move this one, swap them around because it's like, it's a subtle difference in size, but it's enough that I know when it's gonna bother me. Because the Lazy River boxes are just slightly larger. So I guess it is a matter of kind of sorting them by company, I guess you could say, for those. And we're gonna put this one there because it's just slightly different size. This one here, yeah, because it's a very, very subtle box size difference on some of those. Let's see, which is this one of those. Okay, same size as in any of those boxes. Okay, so now I think these are mostly of a size, so I can start putting, this one's a small one, so we're gonna put it up in here. We have to see, okay, we've got some larger ones. I do have all 7 of my boys, which I feel like I should probably put them close to each other. 1, 2, 3. I need to figure out which canvas I put for that. 4, 5. Okay, there's the other 2, 6 and 7. So that way all 7 of my boys are together. That's a shorter one, so we're gonna call this, oh yeah, because that's the slightly different height difference, shorter here. Let me see if that'll fit vertical next to it. Vertical next to it, yeah. So it's like a puzzle, basically, when I'm putting my canvases in here. It tends to be that full-blown puzzle to see what I can do to get things to go in the best and fit the greatest. So that's what I'm kind of working on, is puzzling it in. These are some of my older canvas there. Let's see, we're gonna do Derpy. He's going right there. And then I have room, when I have space like this, that's what I use for my bagged canvases. I'll pop those in. This one's tall, so it's actually gonna go right here. So it's like the space that won't fit an entire box, but it will fit an actual canvas. So I end up putting these up into those spots there. Get mine, it shines. We're gonna turn it around. And we're making good progress. We're getting this basically sorted and organized. And I've got room for those. A little smaller. This one is all glitter drills, and I'm super excited to do it. I think this one is also all glitter drills from a different company. Or they're from the same company. I do not remember, but they look really good. and then I just have a couple of them to add in. I want to say that that shelf is a pretty snug overall shelf. So that one. So I just have those 3 to put in there. So now I need to work on this shelf here. I need to pull an empty box, really, is what I need to do. So we're gonna pull these off my shorter boxes, because these are definitely shorter boxes. I still have this box, which is coloring pages, which are, I'm not so worried about those. But I need to move this stuff so I can get the canvas that I'm using as the box sorter and grab a different box. I should have some boxes like this in my closet that I'm gonna grab, so that way I'm not using, you know, an actual canvas to space it. So I think I need to go do that. Those are the larger ones. That one is a different sized one. So, and see, this is when I find things and I'm like, oh, that's an Enabler's Outpost box, which I will then need to adjust so that way I can try to keep it with some of these other ones here, because the box is just slightly different shaped enough. So, and now this is going to look a whole lot better, but this box needs to move from, where do I want to put this one? I should probably put it right up here and move one of these ones around. We're going to move our derby over. And we're almost done, you guys. We're almost done. Sometimes it's like it doesn't like to do it in the way that you want, so you have to really do this to get it shoved in just right. There we go. Because it'll fit, it's just a matter of getting it to fit just right. So now I can put these guys back in. And pop these down here. And I need to find an empty box because I do not want to use my Princess of Stars to do that. Maybe I just use the coloring pages box. Is this long enough? I made it. Yeah, I think I'm just going to use the coloring pages box because I don't foresee myself working with those coloring pages in a hot minute. I'll use that one, and now I can put these back in, starting with the tall ones. And at some point, I'm going to get an actual board, so I'm not using, you know, this box to do it with. I will use an actual board to come across there. I have to cut a board, which means I have to get a board that's the right size to put on here, which is really just a matter of me going to the hardware store and buying it, really. So I'm not going to be able to fit as many right there until I get that board to sit across. So I don't think I have anything that I could use for it instead. So it just means that these aren't going to, I'll be losing like a little height from what I would normally do right here on these shelves. Which is fine. I've got enough stuff in here. Because of course this is one of those cases where there's a shelf in there, but the shelf is only, the shelf basically should be deep and it's only half as deep as what it should be. Because it's missing a shelving board. So I really need to do that. That one I think I would have to stand it vertically, if it will. Yeah, we're gonna have to put this one here. There, so that way I at least still have it 3 across right through there. And then we will put these ones right here. But we're getting there. Once these are in, then this is officially done and organized, which is huge because, you know, that's something that I've been trying to manage it and keep it where it's not complete chaos. But the nice part is it's not completely, like looking at everything that I have in here, it's not as overflowing as what it looked like just a little bit ago. So that's fantastic. And these last few. So needless to say, I have a lot of canvases And this is where, oh yeah, that's gonna be a little weird right there. But yeah, I have a lot of canvases, obviously. But my goal will be to get it down with my next kit up palooza, to get it down with all of these little canvases and things like that. Get some of these older Jada Gem shops that I've had for a hot minute, work on them. But there, all right, now I can put the last couple bagged canvases up. I don't think it'll fit in here. Actually, that will fit there. These ones are short enough that I didn't want to put them in my bins, because the bins I feel like are better for those tall canvases. So there we go. All right, we are officially done. That looks so much better. And now I can actually get in and see my canvases and kits. And all I have to do is like slide this one out of the way to see the bigger canvases down there. And then, well, it is going to bother me that this is here and not over there. So I might end up moving that around, but overall, I'm much happier with it. And I don't have that many canvases over there that need to go in here. There's just a couple. I think I have one large one canvas that's going over here, and then I think the other ones would go right up there in that section there. But anyways, yeah, we have now officially organized, and it won't look like as much once I get a shelf in here, because then I can put one higher. That'll be 4 canvases that I'd be able to pop right there. But yes, we are officially done for now. These are my mini This is like got mini projects in it that I completely forgot that I had put them in here. But this has some of my Diamond Delights stickers that I really need to work on. My mini Loas, that type of thing. We're gonna put this. I do like to put the minis up here, kind of out of the way. We're gonna put all of the mini things right there. So there's those minis, and then these minis are also going to go right in here. Actually, I should just take them out of the box and put them in here instead of having them in the box that they came in. So that way it's a little bit more, organized. But this is more of my Diamond Delights. Oh, and then there's a Diamond Mini Dazzle, Diamond Art Club Mini Dazzle one. The last couple, and then here's my other Diamond Delights minis. So we're going to pop those in there. The stickers, I'll just pop those in there for right now. And we can go ahead and toss this box now. So yes, I need to clean my floor now because my floor is a little bit of a mess. But oh my gosh, this has been a doozy. We've been doing all the things. So we're going to go ahead and close that. That can go right there. Those are minis. And then these are also minis. So these are paint gems and mini dazzles as well. And those are going to go right there. So that looks a whole lot better. It's so much more organized than what it was. Now I just need to deal with all of the stuff on the floor. That's the final task, is the stuff on the floor. But it definitely looks so much nicer and more organized and clean. So I'm really happy with that. But yeah, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed watching me ramble aimlessly as I start to organize and work on my space. And that's really all I have for you guys today. Have a great day, everybody. Bye.